All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the coffee run here with John from Pro Craps on Casino Gaming TV. I was putting the coffee cup up. Did you see which one this is? I'm not sure you guys can see that very clearly or not, but that is this is the mug from the Craps for the Cure that we did when Chiro was still with us. This is the Cancer Craps for the Cure mug. Dug it up out of the box upstairs. We're still, believe it or not, we moved here in July. We're still unpacking a little bit. We haven't even hung pictures yet, believe it or not. So anyway, found this mug and I'm like, I'm drinking out of that one tomorrow. So good morning, everybody, and welcome into the show. Looks like Joe actually had another good run day. Joe's been killing it, man. I'll call him out later on, but Joe's been killing it. Another good run by him. Y'all are in trouble, by the way, a little bit. Yesterday, I guess for 2 days now, I didn't have this mic turned on. I had the mic in my office with the door closed was the one that was catching the whole show the last couple of days. I was reviewing video to see how the table looked, and I'm like, why is the audio so shitty? You know, and I realized that it was actually the wrong mic that I had selected. Nobody called me out on bad audio. I mean, maybe you're used to bad audio. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Let's hop into it, and your morning bridge talk, right? Have a goal. Have the bankroll that matches your goal, right? Understand and identify your aversion or your appetite for risk. I was joking with Nemo this morning over in Joe's show about this. Joe has been throwing good, and I kind of come into the chat. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go, 660 inside, which I would actually do at a real table, right? Later on, he's still throwing, right? And I'm like, all right, here we go, 6,600 inside. Let's do it. And everybody's like, no, you can't do that, right? And I'm like, oh, you're right. I can't do that, right? If I'm talking about this stuff, there's no way that I can go 6,600 inside just because it's fake money, right? Remember, take your own advice, Johnny. When you're playing Crapsy, when you're playing along, it's super important, right? Follow the chart here. Follow the rules as you're going through, even on fake bullshit Crapsy games, right? Be disciplined. Know when opportunity's there. That's why I joke about when I'm going to go in. I can see him throwing one. I'm like, now's the time. But play at a level you're going to play at. Practice what you're going to practice like you'd really do it, right? That's the thing. When you're watching all of our shows, you got to stay in the zone, right? Stay in your zone as though you were there. Can't always be there all the time. So anyway, that's that. Keep it front and center, all this stuff. Now, as far as today goes, I do have a note for Daily Dose of DI that I want to talk to you about, but ahead of that, Joe had a 51 roller yesterday. Today, I thought the same thing was going to happen. What's funny is I go upstairs, or I get out of bed, and I make my coffee, and while I'm drinking my first cup of coffee, here's my day. I do two things every morning, which you guys probably know. One is I feed the dogs, of course, right? The dogs eat at 7, my time, and I play solitaire. So I put Joe up on screen so I can listen to Joe. I'm playing my solitaire. I cannot start this show, but sometimes the show's late. I can't start the show until I win, right? You have to know that. I cannot start the show until I win a game of solitaire. I'm like, it's a superstition of mine. So I'm playing solitaire, listening to Joe. Sometimes if I haven't done the work ahead of time, if I'm up early enough, I will get these show notes together, right? Anyway, I'm playing solitaire, and it's like 6:57, 7 o'clock in the morning. I start at 7:15. I'm getting the dogs fed. Joe 7's out, and I hear him say, all right, one more shooter. I have time for one more shooter. He says it. And I'm like, okay, cool, right? Yesterday, that one more shooter was a 51 roller. Today, he's on roll like 18 or something, and it's like 7-11. And I'm walking downstairs, and I'm like, here we go again. Joe's going to be on another heater while I'm trying to go live over here. But I'm glad he's doing good now. He had a rough couple of weeks there, so I'm glad he's back on the mend, which is good. A little more consistency, which is good to see. So anyway, CQNexus.com has launched. It's open and active. I saw we had some people sign up yesterday for it. If you're not a member there yet, just go on up there. What I recommend you do is go to CQNexus.com. Across the menu or on the very front page, you'll see a link or a little card there for memberships. Go to the memberships page and do what's called the CQ Nexus Core membership. It's free. Never going to cost any money. That gets you in the system. You're able to chat. There's like a Discord kind of a thing, Facebook kind of a thing. You can chat, you can hang out, you can post your strategy, you can post your wins. All the community stuff is there for you at that level. And you have access to some other things as well there. Just get there, get in, right? That'll get you the newsletter. You can read the blogs and all that kind of stuff. And then If you want to upgrade later on, you certainly can. But that gets you on the list, right? You're in the system at least, and start playing around with it. We have a lot of work to do there. There's still videos to be uploaded. We're basically taking things like the Horseman, right? And I'm uploading like a 6 or 7 video series on the Horseman. The basics, what are the options, how do you play it, and then a bunch of live videos. So all these morning shows I'm doing with the Horseman, I'm capturing all those live sessions. I'm going to put like 15 live sessions. Say, look, I know I say this is a great strategy. Why don't you watch me play it out? And don't take my word for it. Play it out, right? So those strategies come with I'm making a PDF instruction manual for it and a worksheet and all the things. They're doing the same thing with like GM spin and squeeze play and all the roulette strategies. You can buy a strategy for a few bucks. It's a pittance. It just helps us, pay for the time, right? There's also memberships there where you can like log in as a member and have everything, like a Patreon type of thing. So you can do the Learn to Deal program. I'm actually doing it. I'm doing the baccarat and the roulette Learn to Deals right now. I'm taking those classes virtually. It's pretty cool. You can now take all their dealer classes online for $150 instead of the $500 that it would be in person. So take them online, do the practice. When I go to Vegas, all I have to do is certify. Just go down there and I'll, whatever, pay the money to have the audition and the certification. It's a one-day thing instead of a 2 weeks thing. So, and I can do it at my own pace. Pretty awesome. So anyway, that's happening. It's out there. It's cool. And I'm happy to be a part of it. And then of course, later on today, we're going to do the Headless Horseman versus the Headless Horseman, the HH Jimmy versus the HH. That'll be today's throwdown. Skill and Luck did a Horseman yesterday, by the way. We talked over chat. He did with $200 don't pass, right? Like I was doing. I was doing $200 don't pass, $50 come bet, single odds. He was doing $200 don't pass, $25 come bet, and more odds, and was doing great with it. The idea behind it is when you're doing the come bet, the smaller come bets with the odds, right? The idea there is you're hoping for the hot roll. You're trying to lower the size of the come bet so your DP covers your come bets, right? And then hammer the odds with the excess money that you've got in the rack still, hoping for the hot roll. The normal Horseman hopes for a short roll. So it's a way to like look at the Horseman from a different lens. And I like the fact they did that. Gary just joined. Thank you, sir. Good job, man. Good job. All right. I asked yesterday, and again, you can do it in chat too here. What do you want to see? Daily Dose of DI. I can take that so many ways, right? We can take that show or this part of the show in a lot of ways. I've done my opinions. I've bitched about things. I've whatever, right? Yesterday I asked the question, what do you want to see? You want to see me throwing from different spots on the table, right? Starting to dial in my throw. Like, in other words, do you want to participate in the journey, right? You want to participate in me doing what I'm doing and how I get better every day, like kind of like what Joe's doing, right? Or do you want me to just focus on staying locked in, gathering my stats, sharing the stats, and all that kind of stuff? What's more important? What's more meaningful to you? Do you want more slow motion, or is slow motion boring? Like I do the slow mo videos because it helps me to have a conversation with people that says the physics is not possible. When I do slow motion, I can prove that 90% of the time the physics is upside down, but 10% of the time, or whatever the number is, the physics are perfect. So it's kind of like a proof element. Like, yeah, it's proof. Like I know that this works when it happens right? So the slow-mo I think is interesting, but the videos I do with slow motion, although people say, I want to see more, nobody watches them. They're so boring. So anyway, I asked yesterday, what do you want to see? Today, what I want to, and I'm going to talk about this here because JB, Myopia Movie, wrote back yesterday on the video and said he wants proof of consistent, sustained wins, right? His whole thing has always been, and he had a dust up with Ed a while back, centered around that point, which is, look, if you're so good, right, or if this works, or if there's validity to it, prove it. And all the stats and all the bone trackers and all the whatever doesn't mean a hill of beans unless there's money in your bank account, unless you're turning it into profit. Are you monetizing the practice? That's what he wants to see proof of. So I asked the question today, how can I prove it? Right? What's the best way for me to prove it? JR says, prove it, right? I think that's a good thing, right? Proving it with money is interesting. I don't know how to do it. right? If I'm at a table, I can't film, right? I can't film it. Well, sometimes you can, right? But what's valuable is when I film myself, right? If I'm at a table and I film my shot and my shot only, right? And then the second level to that is, level one is, does my shot translate to a casino? Am I getting better than 4 BSR? Am I getting better than 6 box numbers, right? That's question one on the regular. But the thing is, if I try and prove it only with bankroll, only with wins, you're adding a layer of dumbassery to it. And what I mean by that is, I could be the greatest shooter in the world and a complete dumbass with how I bet. I could be going rail dumping the first time I get the dice and going 7 out and losing everything, but the second time I have the dice, I throw a 50 roller, right? I think the stats I think are more important than the money, only because if I'm at a live casino on a real table throwing 6 roller, 7 roller, 9 roller, 12 roller, 4 roller, 15 roller, like that, that's consistent. How I bet it is it's the icing on that cake, right? So if I just say, hey, look, I'm ahead, right? If I say I went to this casino 10 times and I filmed it and I'm ahead by 10 grand because I rail dumped and I was betting like a maniac, that doesn't prove anything. If I say I went to the casino 10 times and I had those rolls I just described and I'm down a grand because I'm a stupid ass in how I bet, that's on me as a person, right? As a bad bettor. I don't know that proving income works unless we say and set parameters. I am happy to do this, by the way. What if we said it's Dallas Drawdown? What if we said John goes to the casino? When I go to Vegas for Casino Quest, right? I'm going to be out there for a week, right? When I go out there, if every morning I get up at 5 o'clock and I go downstairs and I put the camera up with their permission and I warm up with the Horseman and then I go whatever, 330 in or 320 across or 330 inside, whatever it's going to be, and play a 2-hit drawdown every single day in the morning. Is that proof? Is that enough to prove that, hey, I warmed up and I lasted for 2 rolls consistently every day and I put money in the bank, $150 every day? Is that sustainable, consistent enough proof, or does it need to be a longer run? Does it need to be something like John has to play 64 across and he has to double his money, right? I'm okay with whatever we agree on. Let's agree on, and I'm asking JB directly, but you guys can in chat put it out here too. If I'm going to go to the casino and try and live film it, right? What would be convincing? 64 across, double your money, 320 across for 2 hits every time. What is it? What is and what is the play that I have to make? I think we should agree on, I got to play it a certain way. I got to go 64 across and do like a, I don't know, 1 unit press or a full press, bring it down kind of a thing, right? I think if I'm going to track it that way, I'm happy to do it with my own money. I just want to know what do we think is the way to track it? So what's the betting pattern I have to use? And every day that would be convincing enough to say, yeah, if you did this betting pattern, you were throwing the dice and you did it 80% of the time, if your win rate was 80%, I would be okay. Like, yeah, you got it, right? Over what length of time? How many sessions should I win, right? If I just go, 8 and 10 or 8 and 2, that's not enough. If I go 80 and 20, is that enough, right? So we got to get in there. And I think the problem with statistical math-minded people is that they want too much data, right? I can't go 8,000 and 2,000. I'm not going to be there that long, right? Is 100 sessions enough? Is 50 sessions enough, right? Like to lock in and say, yeah, he's doing something. That's what I want to kind of know, right? And because I want to make it a fair trial, but I want to make it a real trial at the same time. And if I'm doing it, I would say the challenge then goes to everybody else, right? And I'm not going to say, Ed, you're on trial, right? But let's say we're talking to Ed, right? Ed goes, here we go. We go to the casino. Let's say I go to the casino and I say, here's the DI trial, 64 across, whatever we agree on, and do the thing. Okay, done. Dice come around to me. I play a different way, my normal way. Don't film that. That part doesn't count. Is that one shooter enough every day to make it work? And then we go back to our regular sort of, rhythm plays. I don't know how to make it happen. Or does the whole session have to be a thing? So anyway, I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to do here, right? I'd love to find a way to test it. I want to make it transparent. I want to make it easy to replicate. I like for it to be other people can do it too, but I'm not going to dictate y'all have to bet X of your hard-earned money to make this proof work, right? But I would like to put some wood behind the arrow. I really would. I think it's a good idea to put wood behind the arrow. I just don't know what wood to put there, right? And that's kind of why I'm asking you. So what do you think about this, right? Let's see. Louis says this. I understand appointment live filming, however, your concentration will suffer. Oh, for sure. You remember when I did the thing with Mark the Point, and I was on a good roller. I was like roll like 15 or something. He puts the camera on, I throw a 7, right? Like totally, that was completely in my head, right? Yeah, those sample sizes aren't big enough, right? If I go 8-2 or even 80-20, it's not big enough to be significant. You're 100% right about that, right? So that's why I'm asking the question, like, how long do I have to do it to say, yeah, it worked? Or yeah, I would bet on John. Or yeah, it's a thing, right? Also, if I do it every single time at the same casino, because that's where I stay, is that a thing? Or do I have to bounce casinos too? Like, I don't know how to test this. I really don't. It could just be a year of me tracking only my own shots, and no matter what I play, and I just log the numbers that I threw. I don't know. I'm open to whatever people have in mind, right? I'm open to all suggestions here. I would like to put some teeth on it, right? What else do we have here? Dice Dog Dan says, DI, if after all the practice, I end up with very short rolls or average rolls or whatever, at real tables, I'm a different sort of random roller, sure. Right? I always say this, right? DI is not taking you out of randomness, right? There's still randomness in the toss, right? There is. Like if it, how do I say this right? You're not going to avoid the 7 forever, right? The DI mindset is consistency. Can I get not like the average person, the average Randy, right? We'll throw 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 12, 12, 12, 4, 9, 4, 9, 2, 11, right? You're in the swing, right? The DI wants to be 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 all the time, or 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, like consistently length the rolls all the time. The 7's gonna come. There's no disputing that, right? Everybody has a quote unquote bad day. Card counters have a super thick shoe at the end. They know it. There's nothing but face cards left, and they still get beat, right? Just having that advantage doesn't mean it actually translates. You're gonna get beat. I guess the thing of it is the consistency piece you're looking for, right? I would love to say, and I said this last week, right? If I could throw every single day, set a point and throw 4 numbers and 7 out, perfect BSR of 4, demonstrated every single day, not a BSR today of 1 and tomorrow of 8, but 4 every single day, I'd retire a billionaire. That's what DI wants to do. I don't care about a 50 roller. I care about 4. Every fucking day. That's what I want. How can I prove that, right? How can we all prove that? That's what I want to get to. So Dan, I want to avoid the super short, right? But I don't want to say, yeah, average. I want to be here all the time. I want to be in that butter zone all the time. I'd rather be 80% in the butter zone instead of 50-50, small and huge, right? That's, I think, more comfortable spot that I would be hoping for. Anyway, I don't know that that it's possible to do that, right? That's kind of what I'm practicing for. So anyway, let's see. Oh, you did the Butterberg variation. I'll watch it. Let me see what you did. I'll watch it tonight after the show. I'll go watch it. Check it out. I also saw that Ken from Ken Does Gambling did a don't pass strategy, the 1-3-2-5, and burned it in 2 sessions, right? When you do the don't pass or the pass line progression bets, the 1-3-2-4, the parolees, right? The key to those things is you got to catch a run. Some days are going to be chop, right? When you're in a chop like that, it's okay to do a little bit of a D'Alembert, right? Little bit of a D'Alembert. You can ladder a little bit till the chop goes away and then parlay once and come back into it. But catching the run is hard. When you catch it, you're better off than the same bettors. And I was telling him this over chat. You're better off than the same bettor when you're betting a progression like that. But if you never catch a run, your bankroll just goes to 0. And that happened. But anyway, let's see. Justice Jen says, I love the craps events. Oh, good. I will add CTFC or CFTC for sure. And also, I gotta take the February bridge off of there. Somebody else asked me about craps for the cure. Yes, the rooms update is here. I'm actually when I'm going to Vegas this week. Not this week. I'm going to Vegas the 20th, Thursday the 20th. I'm staying at Palace. I'm going to be actually I get to meet David's friend, who is the VP at Palace. We'll talk about that. David's got I think I told us already. He's got us all a discount, right? Everybody stays at Palace for Press for the Cure, 25% discount. I picked a weekend that's a down weekend in Vegas. There's no events happening, right? It's my birthday, December 12th. So you automatically have the 25% off. I'm going to work for more. I'm going to work and say, look, if you're donating to the charity, will they give you an extra 25%? So we can get you 50% off the rooms. If you have your own spiff, awesome, right? I got you 25% already. Trying to get to 50 with that at Palace. That's the plan. Palace is walking distance to Casino Quest, which is great for the shows. And they're very friendly to David. So which means when we're done, we'll have an area carved off that we can all play together. All right. So I think that's going to happen. Yes. So Jen, I will add it in there. I guess we're going to doing questions and answers now. I guess before we go play days. This is great. Yes, and I will. So here's the thing, Gary. I will do this for real. I would like to do it filmed, right? If I can get permission to walk coffee run, 5 a.m, put up the camera, do the drawdown for real, I will do it. I don't want to do the drawdown and then go, okay, guys, yo, I did it on the way out of the casino. I just went in there and did a drawdown and won and show you some money. Like, I don't want to do that because that would be meaningless. If you don't see it, it ain't real. It didn't happen. So I would only do it if I have permission to show it. And I think it's got to be like my shows. You know what I mean? Everything I do is live anymore. It's got to be live, I think. So whatever I can do live, I will do live. Let's see. If I can show us I can get 2 or 3 on 80%, oh man, wouldn't it be great? Jen says the making a million bet. I offered John a 10-to-1 wager. It couldn't make it work. What do you say? The making $1 million bet. You mean going from 100,000 to $1 million? You mean is that what you're talking about, Jen? Taking the Daily Paycheck from the 100K we won to $1 million and trying to really ramp it up. I would say if you would let me have no table limit, I could probably do it. If we're stuck at a table limit, that's a normal size limit, I'll never get there, right? Table limits are there to hurt you, right? If we could agree on that, I would do it again. I would certainly run that. The 31's a great way for the pass line. I agree with that too. There was a March 22nd bridge workshop that I've got to add to the crawler. Yes, Jen, I got to get to it. Did you guys notice the new screens, by the way? Nobody commented. I got the Casino Quest logo up there. I got the yellow or the purple bar, CQ purple, and the yellow dots now. So I'm starting to rebrand everything a little bit. Becoming part of the team is pretty cool. So anyway, all right, let's do it. You guys want to play some craps with me? I'll get Crapsy turned on here in just a minute. We're going to do the Horseman versus the Horseman today. Yes, challenges are somewhat challenge. You're right, Ed. And I don't want to do just challenge to challenge, right? But I have zero problem saying if a thing that's going to make people go, okay, John's got it. John's proving it. What is it? What is the thing, right? Is it 64 across, double the money? Is it a 160 to $5, go to the Palms and go 160 to 96 to 64 to 32 Dallas drawdown? Is that what's going to be the thing? If I can pull it off, will that let people feel like, yeah, it's a thing? I'm not trying to go for the homer. I'm trying to go for single, double, go home kind of a thing. Right? I just want to know what it is. Like, what's the thing that's gonna get us all to go? That's it. That's it. That's the chalice that we're chasing, right? Or whatever that is. So anyway, I'm open to it. Today, Horseman v. Horseman. What it's gonna look like is this: the original Horseman, no change, 2-to-1 ratio. Every bet plays once only, so no stacking the wins. Right? No continuous molly, just big old DP, 3 come bets, Bob's your uncle. If I lose the DP, I'm going to go out with a $300 DP, right? I'm going to go from 2 units to 3 units, and that's it. That's how we're going to work that. Just basically the way that Ken did it, right? Nice OGs flat. The second player, we're going to do more aggressive. We're going to stack the natural wins. So if I get an 11 in the come, it gets stacked up. If I catch a 3 on the come out, it gets stacked up, okay? Every shooter, I'm going to keep the wins aside. I'm going to put $500 aside like we do, right? Every shooter, all the wins. become part of the next shooter's money. And we're going to level that next shooter up with some leverage size bets and maybe catch a bigger win on shooter 2. That's the plan today. We're going to do 2 basic Horseman plays, and that's going to be it. Good way to warm up. Hopefully we catch some come-bets going in. It's going to be great. Is there such a thing as a conservative? They're all conservative, right? The basic Horseman is about as conservative as it gets, right? It's 3 come-bets and nothing else happens. They just come back and we stack the winnings. The reason why Ken went 20-0 with the Horseman is he played it that way. He didn't try to get aggressive. He stayed super conservative. So anyway, here we go. Lights going on. Table's going to get turned, and here we go. Let's move this bad boy here out of the way. I'm going to put this over here. I think that means you can't see it, which is good. You can kind of see that. All right, let's get this over here. There. Now it's kind of out of the way, right? Let's see. How's that? I got to find a place where that thing fits on the table so you can't see it. All right, here we go. I'm going to do the 5,000 there, and we'll do 5,000 here. We're not going to need it, I don't think, but both players will play at here we go, in the same rack. I'm going to have player 1 in the front. He'll be playing the left side. He'll be playing position 1. Player in the back is going to be playing the right side of the box. He'll be position 4, like the hook, right? That's where they will be. So player in the front, player in the back. Player in the front is going to play the standard basic Horseman. Player in the back is going to play that more aggressive style Horseman, that more Jacob style. So let me go ahead and get Crapsy going. And let's see, we're going to go to the groups table here. Let's refresh this, and you guys can play along with me. I'll get it started here in just a second. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get their money change in. There's 500 from each. They'll each take 500 in black. There we go. Back to the racks we go. And this player here, in addition to that, is going to put $500 aside. You can see that this is going to be his next shooter, right? He's going to leverage up wins from this 500 as next shooter. They're both going to go out here on the don't, like so. Crapsy is ready to go. I think I'm going to start the table. Let's get it going. Come on. Come on, come on. All right, here we go. Place your bets. I'll get my dice set going, and we're gonna get rocking here. Let's do it. All right, 6, 5, 2, and a 1. I'm calling it 6, 5, 2, 1. It's not what the actual dice set is. It's what I see. So when I do this here, the set I'm using is the set that I'm gonna put it over here so you can see it, I guess. It's the set that Bone Tracker recommends for me, which is a 5-3, 3-1. When I stack them, what I see is a 6-3 in front of me and a 2-1. So I call it the 6-3, 2-1 because that's the way my eyes work. But here we go. Coming out. Let's have better throws. Yesterday was awful. Hopefully today is a better run. My mechanics yesterday sucked eggs. Here we go. That is an 8 hard. 4-4, hard 8, square pair. There we go. It's an 8. It's a 4 and a 4, so we have a point, which is a good. Both players coming out, $100 in the come. Again, we're just going to differ in how the player on the left is more aggressive, or it's going to be flat betting everything. This guy here is going to be a little bit more aggressive. That's the only real difference. And you'll find that the player on the left will earn, or the player in the front left will earn more consistent profits than the other guy will. The other guy will make more money if the run is favorable. So that's what we hope to see that today. Here we go. Dice are out. Crapsy should be live. You all should be able to see it. There's a hard 10, 5-5. Hard 10. And of course, because I do, I'll always keep the drawdown in my mind, right? We'll keep if I was playing the drawdown, what would have happened, right? We would have got one hit, and feeling pretty good about ourselves, right? Here we go. All right, 6-5 there, 2-1 here. Here we go. Dice are out. I can't see the blue one. It's 3. 1, 2. Bummer. Lose our come bets on that one. 2-1. And a 2-1 over there. That sucks. Last come bet's coming out. Not favorable right here. We got a 10 that we have to repeat on, and we got burned on a craps number. So we're kind of in bad shape here. But here we go. There's a 1 and a 2. All righty. Here we go. Ooh, fluttering white dice on that one. 6, 2, 8. So we bang our point. Not good for the come better or the don't pass better. 2, 6, 8 there, and a 2, 6, 8 in the roll tracker. Huge bummer. Losing these down here sucks. But like I say all the time, if I'm playing the Horseman and I'm shooting and I knock myself off the don't, although it sucks, it is what it is, right? Now, both players in the Horseman, we don't go back out again, right? It's the same shooter. We allotted $500 for the shooter. That's it. So the best we can do here now is win a couple $100, right? So we're gonna or be down $100. It's the best that can happen. Okay, here we go. Get your bets in. We're coming out. I say all the time, I'm happy as hell to lose playing the Horseman on this show. I'm okay with it. It means I'm shooting good. If I'm losing down here, that means I'm shooting well, and I'm okay with that. And by the way, the Dallas Drawdown would have won. That 8 would have been our go-home money, right? 10 and an 8, bye-bye. Here we go. Coming out. That is going to be a 9, a 5, and a 4. That's your point. 5, 4. Yeah, 5, 4, 9. 5, 4, 9. Okay, here we go. Get your bets in. Oh, you know what? This thing is in the way. I didn't realize that was going to be in the way of the other camera. Sorry about that, guys. I'll put it on the floor. You guys, I was going to say, how is the view? Can you see the dice flying? And like, no, you can't because the thing's in the way. So again, somebody should need to tell me that. Here we go. Here we go. Looking for a 8 or a 10 here, huh? Ooh, the kiss of death. It's a 5 and a 6. It's a yo. 5 and a 6. 5, 6. Okay. Here we go. Give me an 8. Give me a 10. Give me an 8. Give me a 10. Here we go. Again, they're fluttering out of my hands. I'm losing them. I don't know what's going on here. Like my fingers are not working well. Last 3 days, I've had the same problem. They're all fluttering. I'll take the 6, but I don't like how they're flying at all today. All right, here we go. Get your bets in. Hitting the button. Another one. See how they went sideways like that? 3, 3, hard 6. They're not separating. But that's a good repeater, right? If you're playing this thing on a molly, you're doing pretty okay. It's back-to-back hard 6s right there. So the 8 repeats, the 6 repeats. That's good. That's getting paid twice, right? All right. Let's go. Give me an 8, give me a 10. That's better. That looked a little nicer. It's a 9. That's the point. 6-3. Buck is off. Those bets have survived 2 shooters or 2 points already. Interesting, right? Very interesting. We're working on our. We had an 8 as a point, a 9 as a point. Now third fire bet point. Can we get something cool here? A bet I've never seen in person get hit. I know it happens, but not by me. Here we go. We're coming out. Oh. It's a little better. It's a 10 hard. All right. Woo! That's good. That's good. 5-5. Gotta love that. Those will come down and actually get paid. How about us? Boom, boom. There's his, and there's his. Now what we're gonna do here is this. Even though we're kind of down for this shooter here, I'm gonna keep one and play one for the next time. We're gonna have one unit. We'll keep it as quote unquote safe profit, whatever. The next shooter has now an extra buck. That's how I'm going to work this. Okay. We'll split them for him. The other guy just collecting his money. Right. All right. Okay. Dice around. Here we go. How about that 8? How about that 8? Huh? Give the shooter an 8. Another hard 6. Another 3-3 hard 6. That was a good throw that time too. I actually like that one. 3-3 hard 6. Look at that. The hard ways. I've hit 3 hard 6s, a hard 10, right? 2 hard 10s, 3 hard 6s, and a hard 8. That ain't shabby right there, as they say. That ain't shabby. Here we go. Dice are out. How about a 4-4 right here? What do you think? A 4-4? Oh, it's a 4. It's not a 4-4, but it's a regular 3-1. That's cool. Get paid on that one. Somebody's getting paid on that one. 1-3. Okay. Dice are out. Ooh, that was a flutter shot. It's a 9, 6-3. Terrible shot. Eesh. 9, 3-6. Okay. Nine again, 6-3, same one. Y'all see how little the action is right now? Even though the throws aren't my favorite today, probably about half of them have pretty good action. They aren't flying around, right? I've had a couple of really bad mistakes, but for the most part, they're settling in pretty good up there. Let's go. Let's go. Give me that 8. Let me have that 8. There's a 6-5. Is that the small? Or the tall, rather? I think it might be the tall. No, I need the 12, right? 6-5 there. I need a 12, a 5, and a 2, huh? 12, 5, and 2. Not going to change sets or anything. Remember, I'm still gathering data, right? This is still me working on my book, right? My morning show live. The next book I show you results, everything will be coming from these morning shows. So live under pressure, not isolated practice this time. That is a 10. Easy this time, 4-6. I'm not running a molly, right? So I'm just Horseman, straight up, right? Let the roll happen around you. If I was mollying this thing, we'd be doing okay. This throw yesterday would have been great, right? Of course. All right, we're coming out. That was the point, coming out. Now we've hit, by the way, fire bet. We've hit the, in case you're curious, the 8, the 10, and the 9, right? Is that what it was? The 8, 10, and 9? Yeah, we've hit 3 of it. 3-point fire bet. Here we go. Let's for fun. Wouldn't it be cool to do something cool like that and hit something interesting? Let's go, coming out. Give me a different point. How about a different point? Let's set a point of 5 this time. What do you think? What do you think? Can we get a 5 this time? Or a 6? Coming out. Oh, it's a kiss. It is a hard 4. Deuces. All right, 4, 2, 2, hard 4. It's our 4th unique point. That's good. All right, let's go. Yes, Tom. Tom asked about the come bets. The Horseman is 5 units per shooter. That's it. The come bets only do what they do. I'm not going to go back out again. It's all don't pass and 3 come bets. They all resolve. And then I go back out again. So I'm waiting for something to happen here before I go back out, and it'll be a new point when I do. I'm just trying to show like super conservative, very low house edge, very much. This is such a comp builder strategy, and it's like an ease into the system strategy. I'm not trying to go crazy today. Yesterday, I played this thing with continuous come bets with odds, right? Today, it's just all flats. Very, boring, but let's just see what happens. There's going to be separation in these 2 players here in a minute once I come to the next point. Give me that 8. Let's have that 8 resolve. Give me an 8. 4 and a 4. Look at that. We got it. We got it the hard way, too. 4-4. Awesome sauce. All right, 4-4-8. That's great. They will come down. We'll both get paid. Gotta love it. 1 and 1. That's awesome. All right. So what's going to happen is this. The first player is down $100, right? He lost the don't, but got paid on 2 of the come bets. He's got $400. He lost 100. Okay, whatever. Same thing for the other guy. But what we're going to do with him, his next Horseman is going to be $500, $600, $700 in size. He'll have bigger bets. He's only going to keep 200 aside. I'm going to move this over to here and put the $200 in profit over here. Next point resolution will come back out. He'll start playing again. Both of them will. When the puck goes off, we'll bring them both back out again. All right, here we go. I could wait till the next shooter, but for TV sake, we're going to go ahead and let it happen kind of right away. Here we go. Dice are out. Looking for a 4, everybody. Looking for a 4. Here we go. Dan says, you're making money. Boring's good. I agree with you. There's a 6, a 4, and a 2. Might be our first 6 of the day. No, first, not hard 6, a 4-2. Okay, 4-2. Actually, it's 2-4, not 4-2. All right, we need 4. We need a 4. Can't see it. Oh, it's a 7. Okay, 7 out. Line away. Don'ts to pay. 1, 6, 7. I didn't hit the crapsy button in time, so Apologies there. It's a 1-6. Whoops. 1-1-6. Okay, get your bets in. So we have a 3-point fire, not a 4. Would have been cool. Like I said, I've never in my life thrown one. I've never in my life even seen one happen in person. So, all right, here we go. Player 1, $400 over here. He's coming out with $500 again for his next shooter. 2 on the don't, and 1, 2, 3 come bets. His $400 from the last thing is over here. Second player, same deal. He's going to come out with $500. He's going to turn in this purple for that 500, but his output is going to be 700, which means we're going to go 300 on the don't. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to go with I'll probably go 125 for each of the come bets, make them all a little bit bigger with an extra quarter to spare. I may just give the last one an extra quarter, right? That's how we'll do that. But he's going to have a little bit of extra juice out there. All right. That was the idea. Jacob style, right? We're going to build up the next don't. Matter of fact, we're going to take the next don't there and build that one up. Here we go. Puck is off, coming out. Let's get it done. Let's not have a CO7 though, right? Where bets are jacked up. We don't want to have a come out nasty right now. This is the, whenever I've done this in practice, I always burn this big ass bet. I always do. Here we go. Yeah, 3-point fire is a nothing burger, but it makes me feel good, Jen. It makes me feel good. Here we go, coming out. Let's have a good second shooter here again. It'd be so nice, wouldn't it? Coming out. That is going to be a 5 and a 3. 8. Easy. So we have a point. That's good. 5, 3, 8. And that is 3, 5 for the roll tracker. Okay, great. So 150 for the first come bet for him. 100 for the first come bet for the other guy. So here's the leverage. This is the Jacob from Wager Me This leverage style of play. Okay. Let's see if the bigger bets based on the last shooter make a difference on this shooter, right? We're still putting a fresh $500 at risk, right? But we're not keeping any profits. We're not keeping as much profits as the other guy did. So that's the main difference. I just want to, again, we're doing some explorations here. Here we go. Whoops. All right, dice are out. Let's get those come bets set. That's a 6, a 4, and a 2. Beautiful throw. 4, 2. Looks so pretty. So pretty. Okay, the 6 goes up. Next come bets come out. I'll spread this one out so you can see what's there. Make it a little easier for you. And here we go. Well, you know what I'm going to say, Skill. The point of 8 doesn't matter, right? 7 is still a better bet than the 8 all day long. 7's a better bet. If you could place the 7, you would. All righty, here we go. It's not up as you lose, Dan. It's just taking whatever came off the table last time and splitting it. Save half and increase the next bet by half, the next shooter by half. If it was profit, it'd be better, but in this case, we were behind to start it. Anyway, here we go. Looking for come bet number 2 to go somewhere. Ooh, a 6 and a 5. This is good. Good separation. Watch what happens. Watch what I do. 5, 6 there, and a 5, 5, 6 there. So the conservative player, right? Guess what? That come bet did its job, and it comes on down. The third come bet goes out. That's how the Horseman gets played, right? When every come bet does a thing and it comes back, right? He's already got, look at this. He's got his $500 back from the first shooter, and he's got $100 sitting here in profit. He's done, right? That's his third bet. That's how the Horseman gets played. The second player over here, the aggressiver guy, is going to get paid on the yo and use it as a hammer, Grafstein style, right? There we go. That's the difference. right? One guy's going to be aggressive. One guy's going to be super conservative. Locking up money versus going for the throat. Big, big difference there. Okay? Just a different mindset. You can play low house edge games, don't pass come, flat bet no odds, and be also pedal down. You can still pedal down. Okay, now if this gets hit a second time, we'll bring back that second hit. We're not going to do a parolee on that. We'll just do a 2-hit parlay and call that good. I may even regress it, but that's the idea, is basically double tapping the naturals is what I want to do. All right, here we go. Let's get that second come bet to go somewhere. That is a hard 6. Oh, that's so good. That's so good because the bigger bet goes up, right? That's going to be a 3-3-6. That's going to be a 3-3-6, right? So we're going to do a little exchange. This comes down and gets paid. Comes back. He's done, right? The other player, that comes down, that goes up. He gets paid 150. Coming back. We'll take care of that in a second. His third come bet is out. Okay. Now, he's got $300 that just came in from that, right? 1, 2, and 50. We're going to put 150 towards the next bet. We're going to put 150 to save for later. Okay. Again, we're making up. This is the Jacob way, right? We're going to leverage up future bets. We're also going to save some profit every time, saving half the profit. Here we go. Third come bet on the way. Third come bet on the way. Let's get her done. Let's get her done. 6 and a 5. 2 and a 1. I'd love to see that 6 pay off. Wouldn't it be cool if that leveraged up 6 paid off? Let's get it. Let's get this thing, huh? How about a hard 6? Oh, we did it. Look at that. I called it in the air. I called it in the air. Steph Curry style. Freaking hard 6, baby. My 50th hard 6 today, at least, right? Okay, that's going to come down and get paid $250. That's fantastic. That one goes up. This one comes down, gets paid a flat hundo. On this player here, every single come bet paid, right? The 11 got paid, the 6 got paid a couple times, right? Here we are. We got 4 $500 coming back. I'm going to take $250 for the next don't. And save $250 for later. Okay? I still have a 6 in play. By the way, if I go ahead and take these purples and I color them up, take these greens and color them up, he's actually basically almost back to square. This other player here has got 500 in black that he's brought back. If I color that up, his starting bankroll is back. The first player is even in the rack with $200 in play. The second player is not quite even, but he's got 425 out there. Yeah? So if we can grab a 6 and a 7 here, this guy's going to be swimming in it, which is good. This will probably be our last shooter too. It's 8:15, so we'll probably call it when this guy's done. Let's go. How about another 6? What do you think? Another 6 right here? Come on, baby. Another 6. Ooh! Ha ha! Look at me go. 4-2. God, the 6s are off the freaking charts today. That has to be a repeater 6, right? Has to be a repeater on the 6. 4-2. Let me take a look. That's the 4th 6 for this shooter. The last shooter, I'll check. After we get done, I'll check. But that's pretty freaking good. All right. He's going to come back here with this. 250. So we'll take 125 for the next don't. 125, locked up profit, splitting it every single time. I will probably not play again, but you'll see what I would do in that case. Now I just need a 7, right? I just need a 7. I'm not going to set for it. I'm not going to pray for it, but if a 7 were to come, I wouldn't be mad. Would not be mad. Yeah, I got one more for the repeater 6. One more 6 for the repeater. Let's go. Let's go. I'd love to see that happen. There's a 9, 6-3. 639. Oops, I didn't do it over here first. 639. Okie doke. Roll 8. This is what I want. An 8 roller every single time. Give me 8 every time. Can you imagine a world where we could throw 8 like this every single time? What a dream. A guy can dream, right? A guy can dream. Take 6. I have 5 sixes on this shooter. The last shooter, shooter number 39. Hold on, shooter 40. That was a mistake shooter. Shooter 39, I think it was. Shooter 39 had also 4 sixes. So we didn't get a repeater there. We had 4 sixes and 4 nines. So we didn't get it. We'll do it. I feel good about stuff. Here we go. Let's get your bets in. Dice are out. Give me a 6. Let's hit that repeater. Let's hit that repeater. Come on. 426. Woohoo! How's them bananas? Huh? There we go. 4-2. Gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Gotta love life. One more. Winnie, one more. One more. Can totally do this. We can totally do it. Come on. Come on. One more. It's a aces. Boring. That was not a good throw. My adrenaline's too high. Throwing ugly. 1-1 aces. Okay. Let's make it a 6. Let's make it a 6. Get those bets in. And here we go. Here we go. Let's get that 6. Let's get it. It's a 5. I saw the 3. I got a little happy. Not quite. 3-2. Good though. She's good. It's a 6. It's a 6. You're all welcome. You're all welcome. 5-1. There's the repeater. I told you it was coming. 5-1. Right? If you bet $5 on that 6 right here, $5 is a $400 win or something like that, right? It's insanity. $450 if you bet $5 on the 6 and you do the DIY thing, right? That's awesome. 90-1. Effectively 90-1. Ha! That's right, baby. That is right. The 6 is green on my screen because it's a repeater, baby. All right. Now, I want that 7. Now, I got you the 6. You guys are, I don't give a shit anymore. I want my 7. I want my $300, and I want to get the hell out of here. Right? Let's go. It's 90-1 on a regular table. If you do a DIY repeater, right, where you just take a $5 bet and press it 5 times, collect on the 6-1, it pays more than 90-1. So anyway, here we go. Here we go. There's another one. Look at that shit right there. 4-2. Jeez. Okay. Oh, it's a kiss. Did we survive it? I can't see. 3-2-5. Whew. Ugly. There's another one. Good gravy. 1-5. Good gravy. Here we go. Who's regressing or who's pressing that thing up? 10 more sixes on the way, right? Here we go. 10 more sixes. Eight. We take our don't. We take our don't. 5-3. That's okay. It was a good run. Good run. 5-3-8. Now I'm going to add up my money real quick. So I'm going to see where we are. 5-3-8. We're going to lose our don'ts. Unfortunate, of course. But let me get a quick rack count here. So we have this player here is literally even, right? That happened. Lost $100 in the first shooter, $100 in the second shooter. He ended up being dead even for the day. Typical Horseman, right? This other guy down here, he's got 500. There's 4, and there's 100. So he's got another purple chip coming in, right? He's even. Plus he's got 300 in profit. The leveraged up bets resulted in him making a profit where this guy didn't. Technically speaking, his next shooter would be at 5, 6, 750. I would have 750 for the next shooter. I'd probably go out there 400 and then 150, 150, 150, something like that, right? This is what I would probably do with him. But we're not going to do it. We're going to call it here because of time. But yeah, we have a nice little win today by leveraging the bets the next time through, right? So that bigger bet, all the sixes, make that work. So anyway, 5-3-8. I'm going to keep shooting. I'll actually go out again. We're going to note the profit of 250, but I'm going to play it again just because I can. We have enough. I got to finish the shooter out, right? So here's $500, and here's $500 for those two guys as purple chips. And here we go. 200. We're going to go 400 here. Actually, I'm going to go 350. 1, 2, 3. 350. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 125, 150, 150. That's how we're going to leverage him up. So he's going to go all in. He's going to just take his next 500. Let's do it. One more. We'll play this until this shooter ends. And that'll be the end of the day. The end of the day. There we go. There's that. And there's that. Dice are out. Coming out. Coming out. It's going to be a 10. 6 and oh, I rolled it. That was a 4. Come on. 6-4. That's going to be our point. Good for the don't. 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10. All right. Come bets are on the way. 1 for him. He's going to put his bigger one out first. His first is the 150. 6, 5 there. 2, 1 here. Okay. They fluttered. It's another 6, though. We'll take that. We will take it. 5-1. All right. Both bets go up. Both players come out with another one. Nice and simple. Oops. Wrong set. There we go. Okay, get your bets in. Here we go. Oh, not a great throw. It's a 4, 3-1. A little too much action right there. 3-1-4. 1, 3, and the 1, 3. Okay. Come bets moved to the 4. Next ones are out. And here we go. Dice are out. Nice toss. I can't see what the blue dice is though. It's a 1, 4 and a 1. 1, 5. 1, 4. 1, 4. 1, 4, 5. Okay. Here we go. We're set. Both guys got 3 come bets up and a big don't. Let's hope we don't run into a buzzsaw here. What's interesting is their racks are the exact same, right? They're both down where they have four units, right? They're both down to $500 being down, right? If we lose all the money, they both lose $500. If these bets all win, this guy's going to win a whole lot more because of the leverage. All right, let's get it done. Here we go. Dice are out. Time to start repeating stuff. Oh, flutter shot. 6, 4, 2. 4, 2. That was not any DI in that one at all. That was complete bullshit right there. We got lucky. 4, 2. 4, 2. But I'll take it. Won't you? 4, 2, 6. These will come down. Okay, 1 there. That's just 150 over here. That was the bigger one, 150. So that's cool. We're just going to stack profit this time. We're not going to play again. So we're just going to stack up our wins. I'll spread them out so you can see them. These greens become a black. I'm just going to color up as we go. So you see the leverage win already resulted in an extra $100 coming back, right? The extra money starts to matter, right? If you catch the rhythm, those leverage bets really start adding up over time, right? Here we go. I love the Jacob mentality on this thing. I love it. All right, here we go. Give me a 5. Oh, 7 out. 6, 1, 7. That was a terrible throw. I can't get it off the chips. There's a 1. There's the 6, 1, 7. That's a bummer. 6, 1. And a 6, 1. Okay, so we'll lose those come bets. We get paid $200 down here. He ends up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a purple chip. Profit of $100, the first guy. All right. Second guy down here is going to get paid $350 coming down. I'll make those greens look like a black. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from his rack. 2 purples. End of the run here. What happens? Bankroll even, 500 in profit. So by leveraging our bets to the next shooter, like Jacob does, right? I'm going to call it the leverage play. I don't know what else to call it. Resulted in an extra $400 in wins. The scope was broad, right? Stacking that come bet helped a lot. Having the bigger don't pass and the bigger come bets helped a lot, to the tune of $400 in difference, right? That's actually pretty sweet. Both guys still made it, right? And I say this all the time: cruise ship play or comp play, even at the black chip level, you're never really going to be in too much danger. You're going to be treading water, down 3, up 3, down 2, up 2, whatever, right? That's a lot of money on the table. And really, the house edge is so low and these bets are such 50-50 kind of bets, you're going to be here most of the time, right? Not bad. If you're playing like a regular player today, like a regular right side player, you probably did pretty damn good. I don't know how many 6s I hit, but 10 of them or something like that. Let's turn the light off and come on back and just kind of recap a little bit. Let that camera find me again. I'll bring this back up here. So yeah, we did all right. I think there was about 10 sixes. I don't know, something like that. It felt like about 10. Whatever, man. I tell you all the time, the variant is the key. Whether I caused the variant because of my awesome throwing or whether it just happened, right? We make money when weird shit happens. And the casino makes money when weird shit happens, right? So if you're a Molly player and you were doing a 3-point Molly and you were doing, for example, the power of the repeater is huge. I want to show you something. Can I just indulge me for a minute? Because I just have to do this with you because I want you to see what this looks like, okay? Because a lot of people get pissy with the Molly, right? But if you do a Molly, and I do it like a 2-unit, I'm going to come back over here, like a 2-unit Molly play. I think we had 10 sixes, right? So let's just do it. Let's just play it out, right? If you start with a 2-unit bet, right? And it goes up, and even with single odds, this is hit number, I'm going to count them out. There's hit number 1. We'll use white chips, right? Hit number 1, right? Goes to there. 6 number 2 hits, right? You get paid 50 and 60, and it comes down. Your next come bet is $75. And we'll start coloring these things out, right? So it goes to, let's just say it goes again. Another one goes to the 6. Now you put 75 in odds on it. Like so. If it repeats, now again, remember every other one, so it sets, it hits. It sets, it hits is how this kind of works, right? Cool. 75 flat, and you can get paid 100 for your odds, right? 90 in odds, right? You can get 100 for 10, okay? Your next come bet is now at 100. The 5th 6 comes and it goes to the 6, and you put $100 in odds on it. The 6th 6 happens. You get paid 100 flat and 120 for your odds. And it all comes down. And your next come bet is 125. The 7th 6 happens. 125 goes up, 125 happens in odds. And all this is still in your rack, right? We can start coloring up these greens a little bit. You have 300 and change in your rack. Not too shabby, right? The 8th 6th hits, right? You're going to get paid 125 flat. Right? 125 in odds pays 120 plus 30, 150 for your odds. Your next come bet now is one more unit, 150 in the next come bet. And here's where we'll stop it. We're going to go here, 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 here. This comes up. That was hit number 7, or hit number 9 rather, right? 150 with 150. Single odds only. I'm just doing single odds here, right? Bam. The 10th 6, which I know I threw, happens. You get paid 100.5 flat. You get paid 180, 175, 180 on the odds. And guess what? Your next come bet coming through is going to be 175. Now, we threw a 7, but let's just assume it gets up and we lose it. We'll just assume that that goes away. You don't have to, but look at what you made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 6, 7, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 75, $1,200 from a $50 starting point. Come betting is not the worst thing. I know people get pissy about it, but on 10 sixes, now granted, somebody could have gone from a $30 6, you're not going to full press it 10 times. You're going to do some collecting and regressing in there, right? Would you have made $1,200 on your 6 play, taking the hard ways out of it on your own? The come bet with single odds puts you in a position to just have this happen. And at the worst possible scenario, with 175 and 175 back out there again as odds, if that's where you died, right? If that's where you ended up, of course, in this case, we didn't. We know we didn't, right? But if we die here on this hill, you're still 500, 6, 7, 800 and $50 in profit. And you're only got this much out there. I think, again, don't discount it. I know a lot of us want to be like the great strategy minds, right? Come betting will catch, it'll catch a roll, right? And when you do what just happened, that's $1,000 6, not to mention the other ones we threw, right? Those repeaters add up. And if you just increase the flat by a unit every time and match the odds, single odds only, right? If I double odds that thing, you can imagine where the profit would have been, right? Every strategy needs numbers, right? Like you say, Tom, you're saying you're threading the needle. It's very, very true. The nice thing about come betting, one thing that I like about it the most, is that it's kind of like, I say it's forced savings. Like as the bet hits, it comes down. You have to make a choice to go back out. It's not like you're leaving it out there to burn like a place bet. It's coming down. You got to push it back out again, right? Yeah, we got paid on 5 of the 6s, not 10 of the 6s, but the 5 we got paid on, 100% profit play. All of that was leverage. All of that was leverage off profit. Trust me, that's not a bad way of playing. Even on a cruise ship with single odds on a hot 6, you can make money. So there is that. I think I'm out. Is there any more questions? By the way, we're over time. I got to mark these wins down today. Yesterday's win was $45. Today's wins were whatever, 600. I think we're good. Let me go check. I think I got all the comments as we were going here. So just check the PCs. Let's see. Dusted one. What does it take to bring craps to a casino tour? Ooh, that would be cool. I would love to do that. If you're asking for a show, I would love to do that. Go tour a thing. I think Brian did that once. Brian toured a craps table build company. I'd love to get a tour like Midwest Gaming. See how they make the dice. Wouldn't that be cool? There was a March 22. Yes, there was a March 22 and there's an April 20th, I think, something like that. Overthinking craps, PC, cashier's rant on the flea flicker. I do not care, honestly. Like, what I say is this: the way I throw the dice from the right side. Again, to me, it's what works for you. From the stick right one, which is where I throw from on this show, right? Your back of your hand is facing the wall, right? That's an easier throw to do a drop shot because it's more natural to let them go a little higher, spin slowly, and drop on in, right? That's the chopper, the official helicopter chopper toss, right? From stick left, where the side of your hand is facing the back wall instead of this, the natural move of your hand is going to be more rotation. That throw wants to be lower. It's a lower toss. It's below the deck. It's a high rate of spin. That's the flea flicker. Why is it called the flea flicker? Because the dice hit the deck usually in the field at about the 12 where the Ian come, and they go hop, hop into the wall, like how fleas jump on your carpet, right? It looks like fleas jump. That's why we call it that, right? It's a hop, hop, die. Hop, hop, die. That's the reason for the name, is because of what it looks like in the air. That looks like fleas hopping. The other one looks like a helicopter. Honest to God, what you call the thing doesn't matter, right? There are 2 ways to throw it. 2 basic ways to throw it: high and soft, low and quick. Both of them are trying to stop the dice at the end of the wall without destroying the wall. That's the whole thing, right? What you call it, who invented it, it matters a little bit, but it doesn't matter like this. What we're seeing in the world right now doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Everybody's got to pick a fucking side and be like this on everything. Look at Congress the other night. Everybody's got to pick a damn side, and you got people sitting on their hands when a cancer patient's being introduced, right? That's what's happened. Flea flicker, chopper, who the fuck cares? Throw the dice the way you want to throw them, that's comfortable for you, and get the results you want. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. It's very, very simple, right? Overcomplicating it and calling people out and issuing stupid ass challenges, none of it matters. That's my thoughts on it. So I'm glad you asked the question, but I don't think it needs to be addressed really anymore. It's just learn them both. You got to learn both tosses. Learn the high slow, learn the low fast. You need them both because every table's different, and you're going to find that one works for you over the other. Both tosses, highly, highly, highly valuable. Perfect them both. I can't say that enough. There's not one way to do it. You need multiple ways to do it. So there's that. Jen said the 300 to a million. Oh God, that was not so great on that one for sure, right? Any questions that I missed? I know I'm going a little long today, so sorry about that. Dice Mama, the Horseman and the 3-point Molly is this. The difference is, if I go back to my table, I'm sure somebody answers for you in chat, but the difference is this. The Horseman is 5 units, right? It could be 4. We can even do, I'll do it the 4-unit bet for you, just so see the original Horseman. All this crap out of the way. The original Horseman was this, a don't pass bet, and then 1, 2, 3 come bets. And the reason for this is this. Once you get past the come out, right, a lot of shooters. The average roll is 8.5, which means most shooters are going to be in the 2 to 3 rolls range, right? That's where most people land. Probably 60% of the shooters are here, where you get a 7 PSO right away. Well, if that happens, both bets get paid, right? So you're up a couple $100. If the come bet travels, your next come bet's coming out. If you catch a 7 here, you lose that one, but you still win 2, right? So you're up $100. If you have 2 come bets set and your third come bet's in and the 7 comes on roll 3, you lose 2, you win 2, and you're even. You live to fight another day. The whole point of it is to live to fight another day. If all 3 get set, now you're a right side player. Now you need those things to hit. This one here becomes the bad bet, right, of the group. It's designed to let you like live early, feast late. That's the idea. Live early and have a great run when the roll gets hot. I like doing it at a different level, right? I like 2 down here and 1 up here, right? Even better if you can afford it, 3 units, right? And then on the first hit, you win 4. If it gets set, 7 comes here, you're gonna lose 1, win 1, you're net up 3. If all 3 get set and the 7 comes, you're perfectly hedged out. Let these things happen. It's designed to let you play. Now, if you want to play it like $100 down here, and instead of 100 in the come, do 25 in the come. Let it go to the 8, take the other 75 you were going to do here, make that your odds play. You can turn this into a right side heavier play by doing that. Less power on the 7 early, more power on the number late. You can have the options you want to. It's a flexible strategy. The Molly doesn't have the don't pass component. So it's a pure right side, right? You have the juice in the come, but it's a pure right side play. So the 7 crushes you. This one here, the 7's kind of there to keep you going. And you saw, we tied basically today. The 7 keeps you going until something breaks. Now, if I would have played the Horseman today, more Molly style, where I was doing odds and lower bets, we'd have made a fortune. If I would have kept going, perpetual come betting, we'd have made a great income today. Yesterday, I tried that, didn't do so well. Today, I said we're going to play just the 3 come bets, no odds, and let them run, and that's it, right? That reduces my opportunity, right? But it increases my chance of staying alive early, which is what I was going for. So that's the difference. There's a Molly component to it. You can play those 3 come bets as aggressively or as passively as you want to, right? Somebody like, I know like Odds Working, right? I'm going to put your comment, an unrelated comment up, but I know you're a pass line with odds player, right? Somebody who's playing that style, right, would do really good. Now, granted, the don't pass hedges off part of that, right? It could be said that that's restricting your wins, but it's giving you the ability to get those come bets set, and then you kind of don't care about the don't pass. Right? It's there to kind of give you the skateboard, I guess, to get the bets out. That's really what it's for. So anyway, hope that answers the question a little bit. Let's see. I'll try and get with you later today if I can. I do have work today, but we'll get to you there. The teaser for tomorrow's show, I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow yet, Skill. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for Friday Follies. I don't know. I'm not going to do roulette, I don't think. You know what I might do? Maybe we'll do the hopping thing. Maybe we'll do the hop in the ones again. I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't done the hop in ones in a while. Maybe that'll be a thing. I don't know. I got to think about it. I got to think about it tonight. Food for thought. I don't know. Well, let's figure it out. Sure thing. You got it. You got it, Dice Mama. I'm glad I was helpful there. All right, let me get out of here and do some work. It's Thursday. Throwdown Thursday. Run the Cardi B tomorrow. I have to learn that one. Anyway, have a good one. Friday Follies tomorrow. We'll do something stupid and fun. Hopefully we'll make a shit ton of money and have a good time with it. It's the one day we don't care about goals or bankroll or risk tolerance or anything. It's the day that we just kind of let my hair down, have a little bit of fun. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. Love y'all. Have a great one. Bye.